Welcome to the Nehemiah Business Lifecycle Podcast. My name is Patrice Tsague. I'm here with our guest today, some amazing people, Michael and Brittany Holt. It's a father and daughter team. They are the 2026 North American Business Plan International winners. They'll be competing at the International Business Plan Competition in about 3 days from now and hope to win the trophy. The U.S. won it last year. They hope to retain here in the U.S. And so, Brittany and Michael, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, hello.
Hello, thank you. Thank you.
By the way, I am here at the Orlando airport doing this podcast from there. I've got to come here in Orlando for some clients, and I'll be actually be participating in the summit from Orlando. And so, well, guys, wow, you guys have founded an amazing company, LinkIT Media Group. You guys are national in scope. You're based out of Vancouver, Washington. Brittany, this was your brainchild. You brought Dad along, and the rest is history. So, Brittany, talk to us a bit about the company, how it got started, and then where it is now. And then, Dad, when you join in, kind of your take on what has happened. Let's take a step back a bit. Talk about what is LinkIT Media Group.
So LinkIT Media Group is home of the LinkIT Local program. So we go into popular locations across the country and we feature local businesses around those in hopes to connect or link up the community. And then also everyone kind of drive business to each other and everyone kind of work together as a team, because my dad's always taught me together everyone achieves more. Sounds cliche, but it actually is true and the most simplest form of it. So I was super excited when I had the opportunity for my dad to join me finally. And he always taught me to own my own business and eventually never worked for anyone. So I was excited when I got to join with him. And from there, that was started with a card room. We opened up, or a card table. We opened up, we put our phones on there and our laptops, and we made the first call. And the very first call we made, the venue said yes and signed up, and my dad was sold. And I've spent every moment since then just still proving that it works. He's his biggest fan and his own biggest skeptic as well. So I'm still to this day showing him, hold on, I promise it works.
It works. I'm trying to imagine. So Michael, I have two daughters. So I'm a daddy's father. And so I know the special heart that girls have for their father and vice versa. So your daughter calls you. Tell me kind of how you received that, how you processed it. This is your little girl.
Yeah, no, this is my little girl. You know, we talk about a lot. I wasn't looking for a job when Brittany brought me into the conversation. I had just lost my career due to COVID. I had a 33-year career in the casino industry, trying to figure out what the next step was. So here we were in the house, and Brittany came to me with what she just shared with you, an idea. She said, "Hey, Dad, we can put these digital screens in popular locations around the community, and we'll connect local businesses, let them meet each other, put their ads up on these screens, and they're going to buy ads from us over the phone, and this is how it all is going to work." And I laughed and I said, "Brittany, nobody is going to give you a credit card over the phone." And she goes, "Oh, Dad, no, they'll definitely do that." So
them, so that I give to them. So it's probably more about them wanting to give that to their child. So
That's incredible. We're talking with Michael and Brittany Holt, the founders of LinkIT Media Group. They're a Vancouver-based media company with scopes all around the nation. They are the winners of the 2026 International Business Plan Competition. They'll be competing about this upcoming Friday at the Nehemiah Business Summit. If you're not yet registered for the summit, it begins tomorrow. We're going to have the Kingdom Business Tour tomorrow. It will be touring businesses from Asia, from Africa, from Latin America, and from North America. And then we will then also proceed the next day to have a conference where there'll be have great speakers from around the world that'll be teaching on this idea of Kairos, a call to leadership. It is that moment that God has called you right now to lead your business, your community, to rise, to make a difference instead of differentiator in the age of AI, in the age of war around the world, in the age of uncertainty, political divide in America, whatever that issue is, we need leaders to press through the debate, press through the muster, and bring clarity. And then on Friday,
So we don't spend a lot of time with our children into the day-to-day operation where you get to physically get to see their strengths, their weaknesses, their mindsets, and the way that they attack problems and attack life. Um, I did have the blessing as when I was running those mini casinos to see Brittany in action where she came to work for us in that industry for a short period of time. And she just excelled to the top. A lot of times, being having the same last name as a leader or because you're in a high position and your kids come through, that's good and it's bad. Brittany handled it well, but it wasn't until we went into business together where I sat back and said, oh my goodness, I had no idea. I mean, I knew my kids were smart, but the talent, the ability, the skill set, it just makes me smile because most parents never get a chance to be side by side with the kids day in and day out. And the blessing was me losing that career allowed us to start this family business. Brittany brought that and said, Dad, come join me. And she created a business where I could bring my strengths, but she already knew she was going to win with or without me. But she wanted me to be a part of it so I could do what I love to do and she could give back to her parents. And it has been truly an unbelievable blessing and journey to see the talents, not just only in her, but my sons as well.
that is incredible. Brittany, you're like the Michael Jackson of the family, right? You. So first, talk to us about the greatest joy and challenge working with your dad and your siblings.
The greatest joy for sure was I was at a unique situation with my dad losing his career, and he was also dealing with some health issues. So it wasn't the normal dad I was used to. It was the dad who was we just kind of lost my grandma not that long ago. It was just a new time in life. So my greatest joy was being able not to pump him back up, but kind of to grow back up with him to a place of being the man and the dad that I knew and that I grew up with, because that's a lot to handle for any person at one time, and especially as a father, a single father at that. And so it was just my greatest joy to be able to put my life aside as well and to just kind of go all into our family business. And the struggles are definitely still trying to be a human outside of the family, so making sure that I'm staying up with the times and fighting for women's rights as well. So don't speak to me like this. You're not going to do that. Letting my brother know he's not going to do that. But then also learning that doesn't actually work. So I have to learn to do that a little better. But then you get that family tension where you're looking at your little brother who's used to being like a 3-year-old little brother talking in his underwear. And now all of a sudden he's standing up, being in his, his professional shirts, trying to tell me what to do. So I think just like getting used to the dynamics and letting everyone grow as well. And my goal is always to make sure everyone, if I'm doing my job right, is better than me. So my younger brothers or anyone on our team that joins, I know if they're better than me that I've succeeded at what I'm supposed to do. So just making sure that I'm giving them the tools they need and giving them the support that they need, and then also growing as a family. But we are not just a family business, so making sure the team feels a part of the family as well, and that they're all feeling just as special and included, and that's really important to me as well.
Oh, I love it. So, brings you and I. Is there ever a moment that you have to put rank to say, "Hey guys, remember, I am the boss around here"?
I've tried it, but honestly, it doesn't go over
It
well.
doesn't work.
I've told them, get out of the office. No, we're not leaving. It's like, great, well, I'm leaving then. And so I'm driving away. So no, it doesn't really work. I've tried it, but it's basically, okay, Brittany, go back to doing whatever. But I'm going to hire someone that's going to help me pull rank is what I tell them next. So get ready, because one day I will.
I love it. I love it. We're one family. One of them, she said, she always trying to quit. I don't know how many times she's quit. So, Dad, the greatest joy and the greatest challenge working with your daughter and your children.
The greatest joy is to, is to watch them lead in business, to watch them lead with those values. I think it's always fun to have them go back into their communication and hear maybe a pearl of wisdom or something that you've shared with them in the past, and then hearing them online talk to somebody else and say, hey, my dad taught me that, or that's something that I learned. It's just, it smiles. It reminds you how important it is to walk your talk. They're always watching. We're all broken. We're all sinners. We all make mistakes. But that's the greatest joy, is just being able, life is short, and to get to spend the time together and have the kids want to be with you and be able to build a legacy company is truly the blessing.
Oh, that's awesome. Michael, when people think of casino business, they don't really think of wholesomeness, family. They don't think of all the good stuff. So how does a casino guy do this, become such a family man and such a committed believer?
Wow, that's a great question. In fact, one of our investors that's investing in the company asked me that exact question. And I thought, great question. One is the leadership that I surrounded myself with in those little mini casinos. We all grew up around a card table, or at least we did, a family that was pretty big. We played cribbage, we played pinochle, we played nickel dime poker. So it wasn't like it was a big shock to go into the casino industry, because in Washington State, you could have you had card tables that people actually would rent a chair to play cards as they bought food and drink and socialize. So the around the table part was great. But when we ran and managed the casino, we did things a lot different, meaning that if you drank too much, we cut you off. We bought you something to eat. We paid for your cab ride home, but we had you arrested if you tried to drive away. Very uncommon in the casino industry. If you had a gambling problem, we would bar you for a minimum of 6 months. And I, as the general manager, would interview them to ask them what changes in their life did they do that would make us think that they could play cards responsibly. And the owner was big, where they were trying to politically correct, say you can't say Merry Christmas, you say Happy Holidays. He said, no, we're going to say Merry Christmas. So at our peak, there was 430 employees that I got to lead, and we got to lead with those values. And it just reminded me, Jesus didn't stay away from the sinners. He went right in the middle of it. And in those industries, you need a bright light. And I thought I had a great opportunity to share the light and do what we did. And we did it in a very special way. And we wanted to serve gaming responsibly. So it was a blessing.
I can jump in. I can attest, as I've worked there, and it actually was, in any industry, even when you go to church, you're going to find wholesome, you're going to find not as wholesome, you're going to find not as, trustworthy or up to date. So working there really was like a family. My grandma had retired from there. We had different family members that worked there as well. And the people that work there and those employees become your family. You're there a lot of hours, everyone's putting in, and even the customers, you kind of find your little family there. So I know it doesn't sound, you see casino, but it's a card room. It's different than the casino. They're not sitting at the machines and all day for 12 hours. It's, you're serving, you're eating. I've served the food, I've served the alcohol. I haven't dealt, but I've talked to the dealers, and it really was a wholesome place. I think I encourage people to go check it out, because it's not the normal casino when you say casino.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. It's good to know that there's redemption in almost every industry.
Yeah.
There is, yeah.
Right.
I actually prayed with customers in the middle of the casino floor before. So it was a unique setting, and again, there's good and bad in every industry around, but it was a great opportunity. And, for a guy like me that, graduated at high school with C's and went and took pottery and PE at my local college, to be put in a position of a leadership of huge property with 435 employees and big budgets and stuff. It was an amazing opportunity to practice what we're able to do today, which is put a lot of values and systems in place that can glorify God and make a difference. And any industry can do that.
Oh, I love it. Now, we met early this year, and we talked with you about joining the Nehemiah coaching and training program. So how has that impacted your life and business?
Yeah, at first I was like, here goes Dad. He's met another person. I'm now going to have to do some more classes. I'm sure he has a book for me to read. I'm sure there'll be plenty of printouts for me to read. But, honestly, when we went into your office to check out the screens for SOS, when I saw you as well, or my dad said when he first saw you, there's something special. But when I saw you put up the Nehemiah life cycle and the business plan, I wasn't really interested in the screens. Although we do screens, I was like, I want to do that class. Like there was something about that class as well. And he actually had cried out in the parking lot. That's my dad. And he's just like, there's something about this. I want to do this. And it's helped really get us on the same page again. It was at a time in our lives where the business had got to us, personal lives have got to us, and it's helped bring us back together and understand our values and what we're trying to accomplish and who we're trying to be. And like he said, walk our talk and talk our talk and everything. So that, I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Wow. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, have you ever sat at church and it didn't matter what you tried to do, you couldn't hold back a tear, it just came down?
Yeah.
You know what it is that we know, right? When you walk into a place and, Patrice, you were sitting there, I didn't know who you were. You looked like you were a sales rep. And the first thing you did was offer us a cup of water or a cup of coffee, and you listened in. You didn't say anything. But afterwards, when John took us out into the storeroom and came back, he said, you probably should talk to Patrice a little bit about your business because you guys got an interesting story, and I think he could help you. It's when I went back and then we talked about the E-myth, the entrepreneur myth. And, we had flown back when I was running the casino, so I knew Michael Gerber very well. But it's just your heart. It's not just you. It's something inside of SOS. It's just what's real. And and when I walked out of that room with Brittany, I said to her, there's something really special there. And I think that it's something we need to look into. And like you said, I've always been smart enough to know that I don't have the answers, and surround yourself with good people. And I knew Patrice and you and the team were good people.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for that. And you guys I think you guys are now on record as the partners to have gone through biblical entrepreneurship at the fastest on record, producing your business plan, your pitch, and then qualifying for the international business competition. How does it feel?
It's exciting. Sometimes it's gone a little too fast where it's like you're not really taking it fully in or have, make sure you're doing it right. Are we rushing it or what we're doing? But we weren't trying to get through anything. We were just we stopped doing the business side of things. We really just focused on that for 8 hours because we enjoyed doing it. So I think it was great, and I'm glad that we were able to do it. And I mean, we finish everything fast and do things. That's just in our nature as well. I'm not going to.
You guys are working. So, Brittany, what most impacted you about the training about biblical entrepreneurship?
I think it was just the bond with my dad of, we know what we know and we know each other, but being able to take the class and apply it to things that he's taught me when I was a child and be able to apply it now to our actual business and be able to put it into play as well, and then be able to share it with our team. Like, we're not just talking every day and responding in real time because we want to have this persona. Like, these are plans, these are goals, these are things that we've had, but we haven't had a place to be able to show anyone or say we're working on this. So it's helped even having the community or being able to go to like the Connect meetings and doing these things, that it's not just me and my dad in the office again. We're doing this or doing this. These are what we've been trying to do, and now we have a team rallied around us that like we could say, look at our e-community as well. Like, they're rallying around us. We want you to rally around us, and let's go do big things.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. You guys are part of the monthly Connect meetings in the Northwest. You guys have completed biblical entrepreneurship, the business life cycle. You guys are now in the BSA program, the Group Coaching Business Accelerator. And then now you're competing for the national competition. And so, I mean, Michael, that's incredible. Your engagement level is just incredible. What is it about this that has made you lean in so well?
Well, what has been amazing is to go into and how you presented the business steps that all entrepreneurs would go through, but to tie it back to the Bible and see what your creator wants for you was magical. It was really, it's timeless too, because, Patrice, you put together your program a while back, but
that's right, 25 years ago.
Yeah, and the younger Patrice was there, but what was amazing
had hair.
Yeah, you look good, but you're still handsome. But obviously, we all have different life experiences. I have a lot more experience in the corporate world. So sometimes coming from dad as your coach, but having you as a coach, as you know, like with Little League, it's hard to teach your kids some of the things that your coach can teach your kids. But having it aligned and having it through the plan that the good Lord has for us. And it's not just talk. One of the things that I also admired about you, Patrice, you had written so many books, and I've been saying for a long time, I want to write a book, the 5 F words that every parent should teach their kids, especially if you're in a small business together. But with faith being the number one, faith, finance, fitness, family, and friends, and having fun.
Mm.
It's easy to say put Jesus first in all that you do, but to put it into practice is a whole different thing. And what your program did was give us steps to put it to practice and put it to life. And that's what me and Brittany are trying to do, is just get out of our own way, trust in the Lord, and just continue to take the next step that is laid on our heart.
Oh, that is awesome. Now, again, talking to Michael and Brittany Holt, the founders of LinkIT Media Group, a Vancouver-based national company that are really helping small businesses heighten at a very cost-effective rate their media by partnering with local retailers, i.e., stores, um, uh, uh, restaurants, bars, and any retail shop that has clientele biz that walk in. They are doing your advertising shows up there. It's a way to grow your business, accentuate your heighten, magnify your marketing for very little cost. So, if they're going to be competing for the International Business Plan Conference this Friday, part of the Nehemiah Summit. If you've not yet signed up, I want you right now to sign up. Click that button or go to the NehemiahEcommunity.com website where you can go to events and you can sign up. You guys recently launched a fundraising campaign to raise money for growth. And you guys employed an innovative investment strategy called revenue-based financing. First, congratulations on your first investors forum that we hosted for you. What an honor. Thank you for trusting us to host that for you guys. And I think you've got about close to $50,000 committed so far. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're getting close to that number, and we're still just following up with the investors as they come. But yeah, so far,
I love it.
Everybody we met with has been committed to what they said they were
How
going
did
to.
it feel? You guys got to stand in front of not in front of real investors and pitch and get real life feedback, and now you're following. How did that feel?
I mean, it was exciting. I've kind of manifested or been praying about this and been visualizing it for a long time. So it's just kind of the next natural step in what we're doing. So it was fun.
Yeah, it's great to see the validation where people can see what we see, and like you said, we're in 5 years in business. We learned an awful lot, so it's just fun to be able to share that vision with others, and people see it so naturally, and it's a win-win, right? We're going to get back to the people that believe in us. They get a great return on their investment, and it was just fun to validate what we thought was good, but to get the feedback and continue to grow, and now bringing in a lot of people that are part of the founders of the LinkIT local program.
I love it. So listen, guys, if you've got some money and you want to invest in a local business to get a nice return, connect with them. They have that opportunity as well. More important than that, I'm investing. More important than that, you get a chance to really see what your money can do in the local community, and you get a return. It's about participating, or we call it quadruple bottom line. You get a financial return, you impact people, you impact the planet, and of course, you impact eternity. Let's land with this competition. So, in 3 days, you guys will be competing. You'll be not to investors, but to a panel of judges who are going to be reviewing your plan and selecting you whether or not you fit what it takes to be the 2026 winners. You'll be winning. If you do win, you'll win. I think close to $12,000 altogether. I think 10 to 12,000, somewhere around there. And you will be crowned as the International Business Plan Competition winner from a kingdom perspective. How do you feel about this opportunity, and are you ready?
looking back, everyone's going to say we wish we would have prepared a little bit more. We wish we would have done this, especially the winner before is watching her video. And, it was a little intimidating when we first started. However, we just kind of let go and whatever's going to happen. And it's been exciting. I feel like we're prepared as we're going to be, and I'm excited to go do it.
Yeah,
Michael.
Excited. We got to meet and with the competitors that are coming down, and so the way I look at it, if everybody's perfect, everybody has a great business plan. There's only going to be one winner, but I think in this competition, we're all winning. We're all winning because of what we're becoming along this journey, and we're just excited. We're excited. We feel like we're going to lay our heart out there. People are going to get to know who we are, and win or lose, we're going to be blessed because we know the good Lord has a plan for us.
Wow. Well, guys, we're going to be cheering for you guys. We know you're going to give your best shot because you've been the best shot for everything so far. So, Brittany, why should those watching and listening right now register for the summit and particularly come on Friday for this competition?
Why should they? I'll probably have to have you answer that one, Patrice. I mean, I come watch us for sure. I don't have a definite why or anything prepared for that one, but maybe my dad will be able. I mean, just do it just because it's inexpensive. You get to come watch us, and I think there's a lot there's lots of ways of entertainment. Why not do it is what I would say.
I would love it. Michael.
Mine is I encourage everybody to always continue to grow and surround yourself around people that are out doing the things that you want to do. But probably more importantly, me and Brittany are a pretty ordinary family here in Vancouver, Washington. And, we didn't come from a privilege. We're just really two people that have a vision, an idea, and we're just leaning into it and we're putting God first. So you just get to watch how God can take some ordinary people and, God willing, will produce some extraordinary results. And our goal is we're not going to stop until we get there. And we're excited. We invite everybody to come along because what we've learned is in this community, you're surrounded by some amazing people who are rooting for you to win. And I just don't know how you can lose when you're in that circle.
I love it. Guys, to register, go to our website, nehemiahcommunity.com, sign up, register, join us starting tomorrow. We'll have kick up with worship. We'll have a devotional, and we'll have a great Kingdom tour, tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll have a great conference. And then, of course, Friday, you'll hear from Michael and Brittany. Guys, before we wrap up, somebody watching and listening, and they're saying, hey, I would like to know more about LinkIT Media Group, how you can market my business and so forth. So first, what do you sell? What can people expect? Talk a bit about, sell yourself a little bit. Talk to businesses out there as to what they're buying from you, what they can expect when they buy.
Yeah, so there's two ways to join our program. One way is completely free if you have a venue or what we call a social environment to be able to host screens. That's completely free for you. We take care of everything. You'll have our whole design team, and everything's covered by the cost of the local businesses that are going to be up in rotation, as well as just the program in general. And then if you own a business, we have our visibility packages, which are half screen, full screen, or a full screen and a full motion feature up in rotation on what we call our LinkIT local loop. So there's two ways. We encourage you to call in, ask us, tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll see what's the best fit. We'll have someone, we can set some time together to be able to see, if you should host, if you know someone to host. There's ways to earn referrals. We're going to be starting to go. So even if you don't own a business or someone who does, just, we'd love to hear more and see how we can connect and what I call link up.
Anything you want to add, Dad?
No, she said it right. It's just a way to get your product and services in front of your local market at a very affordable way.
I love it. For more information about LinkIT Media Group, they do have a website. You can visit it. LinkIT, L-I-N-K, link, KIT, K-I-T, mediagroup.com. LinkITmediagroup.com. They can learn about them. Yes, ma'am.
We actually have got, that website is good. You can go on and see samples, but we've actually had an upgrade of a website. It's linkitlocal.network as well that we'd love for you to go in. Yes.
Perfect. LinkIT local
.network.
All right, yes. Perfect. Go there, learn more about them, and can connect with them directly. Guys, don't you leave yet, because before you leave, I got one more question to ask you. Listen, if you enjoy this podcast and you want to learn more about, of course, Brittany and Michael and LinkedIn, the LinkedIn Media Group, you can go to the website. That's right there, linkedinmediagroup.com or LinkedIn local.network. Is that right? Did I say
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And you can
Yes.
learn more there. It's how you can partner with them, how you can even talk about the investment opportunities, and how you can bring their strength to your business. All right. Do that and support them. And then, of course, if you want to know about Nehemiah Entrepreneur Community, how we can come alongside you as we've done for them, and you can go to our website, nehemiaheq.com. There you can learn about our training program, whether it's the business life cycle, whether it's Serve with Love, whether it's biblical entrepreneurship. We have different training programs to help you as a business, no matter what stage you are in. Or our coaching program, where we can help you to either through group coaching or one-on-one to take your business from whatever stage it is, whether it's discovery, startup, break-even, profitability, sustainability, scalability, or exit succession, to help you get to that next level. Or you want to learn about how to become a part of the community. We have over 5,600 members around the nation, around the world. Actually, we have from Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America, North America. If you want to connect with a community that loves and cares for you, that is willing to work with you in growing your company, become a member. Membership does have its benefits. And so join us and let's be a part. You want to join us the next 3 days at the Nehemiah Economic Summit, go to the events page and then sign up. Join us there for the tour tomorrow, for the conference on Thursday, and of course for the International Business Plan Competition on Friday, where Brittany and Mike will be competing. Come cheer for them. We also have what we call the People's Choice Award, where you get a chance to choose who gets that award. That's an additional $1,000. So want to see you there. With that, guys, my last question for you before we wrap up. So I'm gonna start with you, Brittany. So somebody's watching and listening, they're saying, wow, what you guys are doing is admirable. I'm a woman, I'm a daughter. I would love to work with my father the way you were with your dad. What advice would you give a young lady? You know, and also she's in the man's world. You have brothers. You've been able to kind of walk out your calling in midst of all of that. So what advice would you give to a young lady who right now is a bit insecure and would love to thrive as you are with her own family, find her own voice? What advice would you give her?
I mean, first and always, I would encourage prayer and to figure out what it is that you want in your heart, not for anybody else, and pray about it and then pray about it again. I mean, that was something that I did extensively before joining anything with my dad or my family or getting tied in emotionally because they're family. I spoke to God first, and then ever since then, I've just kind of been listening to God the entire way. So I think just making sure your foundation and your relationship with God is strong, and then listening to your heart and your intuition, and then also getting a coach, because a coach helps when you have questions that, you know, we could go in circles for hours and hours and say the same thing over and over, but having a coach that can help, you know, where we're able to speak and get advice and then say, okay, you know, and be able to just see it a little different way.
Oh, that's so good. Michael, from your side, there's a father watching and listening. They're saying, wow, Michael, I admire what you've done with your kids, particularly with your daughter. What advice would you give a father who would love to have this kind of working relationship, or not even a relationship in general, with their child?
Yeah, you know, it's you'll know if it's something you're supposed to be doing because it gets laid on your heart, like Brittany is saying. But the most important thing is be honest about what your why is. Why are you going into business? I think, you know, Brittany and my why kind of changed. We were looking for something. Brittany had an idea to go, but the more that we got in it, when we stopped and did a 5 year look back, God came to us and said, Michael, remember your why. Why did you get into this business? And it allowed us to go back and really ask the good Lord. There it is. There's the phone. We were able to go back in and sit down and really understand why are we doing it, and that's again where your program came into place with the systems and the steps. It just allowed us to continue to build a strong foundation and understand our calling and go after it. But
Oh, that is so awesome.
number one as a father, get started. Go do it. Don't wait to get it all perfect. Go do it. Go do something.
I love it. Michael, two things. One, you have Thursday meetings with men. Tell us about that and how they can be a part.
Yeah, Thursday nights here at LinkIT Media Group. If you're in the local area, you're invited. Every Thursday night, we send a message out to our community of men that we do business with and local fathers and leaders. We open up our office to come have a free meal, and then we watch a message around the good Lord, and then the guys are able to network together and really have a safe community for anybody to show up. So that's every Thursday night here at LinkIT Media Group, 5:30 to 7 p.m. in the Vancouver area.
I love it. And then secondly, you have a book coming out in about 12 months. I'm prophesying it, Michael. What's the title of the book and what's it about?
Yeah, the title I mentioned earlier is the 5 F words that every parent should teach their kids, which is a little play on words, but really it's faith, finance, fitness, family and friends, and having some fun. You know, I learned an awful lot around the card table running those little casinos. I had a great mom who mentored me and a dad that was missing. And I always look back and said, what are those things that I wish my mom and dad would have taught me more about? And obviously those topics are pretty important. So that's coming up.
Hopefully he includes having a daughter that can swoop his cards and his money at those card tables as well in the book.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I wish you all the best. I know you guys are going to do a good job. I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you so much for trusting us with your business.
Yes.
And looking forward to a flourishing relationship. Again, guys, Michael and Brittany Holt, the founders of LinkedIn Group Media. You can visit on their website or you can check them out at the Nehemiah Summit in the next 3 days. Sign up, go right now and register.
Yeah, vote for the family daughter.
Amen. There it is.
Go link it.
There it is. Amen. Well, with that said, let me pray for you guys. May the Lord bless you.
Yeah.
May the Lord enable you to steward those talents that are under your care and to steward them in such a way that one day you will hear those wonderful words, well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with a few things. Guess what? Like he did with Michael and he did with Brittany, he'll make you rule over much. God bless you. Thanks for watching and listening. See you at the summit. God bless you guys. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See ya.